Yeah, I've not touched.
All right. Third time's a charm. I'm not seeing anything on the mixer as far as like how it would be echoing. Like
I'm not hearing an echo at all.
the audio doesn't change. Like the audio channels don't change from when it's live or not live. Anyway, so Deadman Stone podcast. Sorry for the hiccup, but here we are. Here we are. Hopefully,
That's what
man,
happens when you try to get me.
it's what happens. It's what happens when you don't have Marchese. It's what happens. You know,
That's right, man.
he wanted to
Fuck
take a
shit
break
up.
and write. He wanted to do something productive and write. Jesus. Okay, well, so how's it going, Tony?
I'm well, thank you for asking. How about
Man,
yourself?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, despite the little technical, glitch or whatever. I'm doing fine. Doing fine. But I tell you what, though, a year ago, this stuff would have stressed me out. I would have freaked the fuck out. But it's all right. How you doing now, Tony?
Just blame me, that's fine. I don't care.
Do you hear an echo?
I hear no echo.
Okay, that's good. That's fucking good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching, if you're still watching, please share this out to everyone. Because if we get 10 likes, 10 likes. For every 10, I will share out the print version of Deadman Stone Shitfest. All right. Well, and hey, Tony, you got a story in that, right?
Yeah. I do.
And it's
I do.
what was the title of it? Fecesnura?
Fecesnura, the demon lord of shit, or something to that effect.
Fecesnura, the demon lord of shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, or the shit, yes. Something like that.
That's
Yeah.
that's pretty. That's
I
pretty
always like
metal.
writing about demons.
Yeah, shit demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, I have to ask you, man. Like when Deadman's Tome announced Shitfest, like what made you want to jump right into that?
Well, I didn't at first. I thought that it was kind of ridiculous and that nothing would ever come of it. But just to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
But I mean, I sat back. I was sitting in a coffee shop, and I thought, I don't really believe in demons, but they scare me. It's one of the things that really scares me, even though they're real. And I started. I was looking through open calls, and I saw yours, and for some reason, I pictured this turd coming alive and trouble. I
Okay.
kind of figured I would see if I could throw something. See if it,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, I didn't think anything was going to come of it either. Not really. Not when the submission count was as low as it was. It was pretty bad.
oh yeah,
Yeah. And I was like, wow, we don't have a lot to choose from here. So we gotta help these stories along. That's kind of how it was. But I want to see what happens.
Will.
Yeah. Hey, Marchese's a lot of help. He really is.
Oh yeah.
All right, how we sound?
I'll just
Still
call
no
him Big
echo, or
Daddy
is there an
from now
echo? Do we still have that echo?
Go.
No. Okay. But I hear you on your speaker. But that's yeah. I mean, like your mic is picking up like whenever I talk. I think.
Alright.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing. They can't pick up now.
All right.
I'm
All
done.
right. I know. Now you sound kind of spacey. We'll give it a minute. All right.
Now I'm just fucking this one up.
Yeah, well, no, it's not just you. It's also my internet connection too. You know, I gotta check out some things, and you know, my wife was streaming something, so you know, that happens. It happens. Got to iron out some kinks, trying different formats, seeing what really works. This, you know, using Google Hangouts with OBS to kind of have more of a screen that changes based on, you know, whoever's talking. That's the idea. And split it like this.
I got you.
See?
Okay.
Yeah, see? All right. So, yeah, you didn't think anything was going to come of it. You jumped in anyway because you're like, what the hell? What the hell?
Well, it was something, I think you said, maybe in an old YouTube video, you said something about be a shit lord.
Yeah, I did say that.
I don't know why that appealed to me, but it did.
Well, you might have an inner shit lord in you. You know, when I said that, I was thinking of like internet trolls and people like that, and people who just like to, I don't know, you know, give people shit for no other reason just because it makes them feel good. But I'm like, an actual shit lord, though. Let's take that literally. And here we are, the lords of shit.
Well, I'll be honest, you know, I can't wait to read some of the stories that come out of it, because I know there's going to be some turds that try to kill people, and that kind of shit excites me. I don't know.
Oh man, it is crazy. So we have a story that's literally, okay. I'm gonna use literally a lot here. Okay, so we have a story that's about a turd that comes to life and it's flying around like a bat, trying to like eat people and stuff. We have a story. We have two stories where it's about like actual bowel movements and what's going on with it. Where, see, you know, all of us, we all shit. People shit. You know, I don't know how often you do it or when you do it, and no one really, I guess decent people don't want to talk about it. You know, you don't talk about what happens in the bathroom, you know. But I'm like, what's real horrifying for me is what would happen if you're straining and all of a sudden you have a heart attack or something major happens. What if you shit blood? When you shit blood, aren't you worried? Or like, what if that calm moment where you're just defecating, that peace is like your moment to die or something, you know? So we got two stories about that. Yeah. One,
great.
yeah. But I think one outdoes the other because it takes place at school, and it's a kid. I think he's like a teenager or whatever, and he's embarrassed because it starts happening in class. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know if you ever had a shit moment at school, but man, it's hardcore. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, you know, I remember getting viruses when I was younger, and I would, you know, when you cough and all of a sudden your eyes just pop open because you know what happened. You know that you're sitting with a big ass wet spot. And
yeah,
you can't stand up because you're going to get laughed at. You know? Come on.
You're like, you're not wearing the brown pants that day. And even if you were, they all know. All those kids, they know, you know.
Yeah. And school's ruthless, man. Being a teenager, that's a ruthless thing.
It is.
They don't care.
They're going to
tear you apart.
Definitely. Other 13, 14-year-olds, they don't give a fuck, man. If you do something embarrassing like that, they're gonna eat you alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I had a moment. I think it was in elementary or middle school or something. I think it was elementary because I was raising my hand for the teacher, and she wouldn't call on me. I had to go, but the teacher wouldn't shut up, and I couldn't just get out of the classroom because of conduct or something. And I was like, I have to go. So, no, I'm not done talking. Don't interrupt me. Like, I have to go, I have to go, I have to go. And then I just couldn't hold it. I just could not hold it anymore, man. That's terrorism, man. That's like traumatizing. That's emotional abuse. That teacher, all she had to do was like call me, and I'm like, I have to poop. I have to poop. Oh man. So whoever wrote that story, Christopher Pulo. See, I don't have the stuff in front of me. My memory is like shit when I don't. So Christopher Pulo wrote the one I'm talking about right now. It takes place at school. The kid is embarrassed. He shits himself. And that guy, I think he did a really great job. We have someone in the chat right now, Steven Gusano. He has a story called Ravioli. That one... Okay, so that one's not about like horrors of like pooping, but it's about the horrors of eating poop in your food. And I need to get him on the show because it's like when I was reading the stories, like this is like the Bronx Tale or the Goodfellas with shit. The Goodfellas with shit. That's what it is.
This anthology will do much better than you think.
Oh, it is. It's like it's about the chefs, about the cooks. They're cooking the food for the guineas or whatever they call them, you know, for the crime bosses. So those chefs, they want to take it up a notch. They want to get revenge because, you know, their moms got whacked or this and that happened. So, you know, collateral damage, it takes a toll. And you don't fuck with people that are cooking with your food, right? You don't fuck with them.
That's true.
Yeah. It's good.
And that's bad stuff.
And
don't they make a coffee out of some cat too?
They do. They make a coffee out of cat shit. There's a cat shit coffee, which Marchese told me about, called Kuvak. What is it? We had a whole thing on this.
Civet cat.
Would you drink that? Would you drink coffee? Would you drink coffee harvested out of cat shit? No, not appealing.
Listen, I love cats. They're one of the most fantastic animals on the face of the planet. But there is no way in hell that I'm drinking coffee made out of their shit. That is one of the nastiest things.
Well, what if it's like, what if they say this is like the best coffee ever? This is the best coffee. You're not going to get coffee like this.
There's no way you can convince me that anything that comes out of a cat's ass is the best anything ever.
But it costs like $300 to buy this coffee. It's expensive shit. I wouldn't do it either, man. I wouldn't do it. I'm trying to see if I can convince you. I can even convince myself. I don't see how.
Well, no, see now, if I ever have enough money to purchase a bag of this coffee, I'm going to send some to you.
You do so.
And you want to do a challenge? That can be a massive challenge. You can do a no
I'll take that
challenge.
I'll take that challenge. I'll do that.
Just drink cat shit coffee.
Cat shit coffee, man. I'll do that. I think I could do that. No?
God, that's bad. Making my stomach.
They say like, so what they do, these cats we're talking about, I need to get the name. Someone in the chat could tell us.
They're called civet cats, I believe.
Civic. Okay, so the civet cat. So they go up onto these trees and they eat these like coffee beans or whatever, coffee cherries, and I guess through the process of going through their digestive system, it gets refined or something. Oh no, sorry, it's because they only eat the best. They pick out the best ones.
Yeah.
Eat those.
So they eat the coffee. That's it.
Well, they eat the cherry and they harvest the seed, or the thing that's in it. It's in their poop. But the thing is, because it's like a delicacy, because people are ordering it, supply and demand, right? They need more. So what they're doing now is they're force feeding these civet cats these cherries. So instead of them picking the best ones, they're just being fed whatever cherries they could find. So really, it's factory farming civic cat poop coffee. So it's really, man, the people who drink it are a bunch of yuppies. They're like American Psycho yuppies, man. That's what they are.
That's the term. Jesus, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not drinking cat shit coffee. I don't care.
Man, I don't see it either.
Not happening.
I wouldn't do it at all. Not at all. I mean, unless it was like a challenge. I mean, if someone gave it to me for free, I don't know. I might take a whiff, but that's it. I don't see it.
You know, about the grossest thing I've ever seen. I've got two children. I've got a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. And this cat behind me right here likes to vomit on our stuff. So she'll eat the food, and then 5 minutes later she'll vomit. So it's literally just like a mushed up version of what she just ate. It has no bile in it yet. Well, me and my other child were wrestling in her room, and this cat had vomited on the bed. I didn't realize it. So she pushes me up against the bed, and some falls off onto the floor. And my kid asked me what it is, and I'm looking at it on the floor, and my other kid screams, "Daddy, Daddy, Sissy's eating it." And so I turn around to look, and my youngest child is eating cat vomit. That almost made me vomit. So cat shit coffee is not happening. No.
No, definitely not. I mean, that's nasty, though. Like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I have cats, too. I have cats. I have dogs. They're right here. Yeah. And, like, can you imagine, like, eating what gets beyond their shit? It's just nasty. That's tough. Oof. Oh. Oh.
It would make a good story.
It would. It would. Oh, horrible. Now, I think your story though is probably one of the more nastier ones, and that's even same with Gary Buller. Gary Buller has a story in there where it's it may or may not be Marchese shitting and dropping loads on people walking by, you know, in New York City, from a very high place. Your story, we're talking about a shit demon. That's
man.
I mean, when I read it, I was thinking a combination of like Mr. Hanky and like what the shit demon and Dogma. You ever seen that?
Oh yeah. I actually forgot about that, but yeah, that's good.
Yeah, the shit demon. I forgot what they called him. Fuck. What the hell did they call him? Damn it.
Man, it's been years since I've seen that.
I know.
That's a great movie.
It is. It is a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and that story started a lot different than it ended up. I was at first not going to have the demon actually show itself, but I'm kind of happy that he did. It was going to be something that come over the computer as like a pop-up. But I think it works out better this way. So.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. I mean, I see what you're going for. Like in the beginning, that's all right.
It's got as you know, it's got a combination of many different body fluids. That kind of make, you know, I was bullied a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, not to that extent. But I don't know. I just kind of felt bad for some kids that I remember in high school, and I guess that's where that story came from. One of the ways.
Yeah.
Nobody ate shit though. I mean, I watched a kid drink piss one time, but I never seen anybody eat shit.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't bullied to the point to where you wanted to like, I don't know, piss in someone's food or throw shit or vomit on them. No. I mean, in this story we're talking about, the guy you wrote about, I felt sorry for him too. A combination of, is this guy like a pathetic loser? Like, what's going on with this guy? I was
modeled after my life. There you go.
And here I find out that Tony wrote about himself. Oh, I'm so sorry.
There's a bit of that in every story we are at.
Yeah. And I'm not hating on you on that. You know, no shame. Or you know, in my story, same thing. Because I wrote one, and the guy is literally shitting himself to death. So that could be based on real life experience too. But no, but I don't know about you, but whenever I read a book or story or whatever, you know, sometimes there's things in there that you pick up that may not be actually there. Like I don't recall any descriptors as far as the guy's age, which I pictured
right.
kind of like this balding guy, helpless, middle age, like a George Costanza from Seinfeld, you know?
Oh, beautiful.
So, but like no prospects, no hope, no girlfriend,
Boy, that's a good.
no family. He lives with his parents, you know, no job or anything. And maybe he gets disability, you know, for a disability he doesn't even have.
That's it. I've seen it. Okay.
And then he has this, because your story is so funny, man. And that's what I like about the shit fest. It works more for comedy than it does horror. That's the only real way I'm going to sell this anthology, as comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, man. I posted it on Instagram after you sent that link out, and I had people responding saying, "Oh my God, that sounds amazing."
Yeah.
So hey, you never know.
You gotta get some pre-orders. So far, it's 0. We need to turn that fucking thing around. And what I plan on doing is like on Instagram, selling it like a comedy, because that's what it really is. I mean, take your story for example.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, but that's what I saw. I don't know what people are gonna see when they read it, but because we're talking about a character who, like, he has this pipe dream love fantasy, this wet dream about this chick he wants to get with, and he just shoots loads in his pants like a fucking Tommy gun or something.
Yeah, he unloads on himself. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen that happen.
It's horrible, man. It's crazy.
Then,
Can you imagine if that was you?
then he, no, I can't imagine that.
It'd be crazy.
No, that would be bad. So yeah, he unloads on himself. He poops on himself. He vomits, and he gets spit on. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. That's a pretty brutal bullet. Just picking on him.
Yeah, that's a crappy combination right there. And after, I mean, if you walk through it, I mean, after he did that, because he's so embarrassed, or because his girlfriend is offended or something, the boyfriend punches him out, and then. But I love the way the little shit demon gets introduced. You know, he's like in his room. He's all like, it's almost like he has schizophrenia. Oh, yeah. Like, okay, what was your inspiration with that? Like, what was going on there? Because to me, it was like a Mr. Hanky Christmas Pooh thing, like a hidey ho. I heard you ejaculated in your pants. You want to get revenge on this guy?
You know, I don't know where that came from. I thought about just making the guy try. I wanted him to be forced to eat shit, but I don't know where the demon came from. Something just came to me. I don't know.
Oh, but it works so well.
So actually, I guess who wrote the story? There was a story I read. You wrote the story a few years ago. No, that there was a story I read a few years ago. I cannot remember the author, but it was about this demon who was trying to get the soul of a guy, and if the guy ignored him, the demon had rules that he couldn't break. But if he broke one of the rules, he became the slave to the man whose soul he was trying to take.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of thinking about that story when I wrote this, but yeah, I don't know where the shit thing come from. Guess I just kind of pulled it out of my
Hey, but it worked out though. It worked out.
Yeah, it was good. I'm just happy you guys like.
Yeah. I mean, but that happens though. I mean, you get inspiration or maybe some ways, examples or frameworks from other stories, and for the shit fest, it made sense. I mean, you're going to write something you didn't really know if it was going to get far, if it was even if the anthologies can get far. I don't even know. You know, this might not be the top Deadman's Tome thing, but it might be the one I could pitch to like in the comedians circuit, maybe. I don't know. Pitch to other people who don't even read horror, who just read shit that's funny.
Hey.
And that might be who I could sell it to. Now, so that's what I had in mind when I had this pitch. So if I follow that, like 100%, we should be good. We should be good.
I'm sure it's going to do very well. I mean,
Yeah.
It's got a very unique selling point.
It does. It does. And the cover looks good. Marchese, you did a great job on the cover. Did a fantastic job.
Unbelievable. So did you say there was a flying bat turd?
Yeah, there was a bat turd. Patrick Winter wrote that story. I believe it's called Curses and Shits. Yeah. Bat turd. Like, we're talking about a full-on flying bat turd. Crazy shit, huh?
I got to see this one.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. It's gonna be good to see how he took that story.
Yeah, I think you would. You are a biologist or something? Is that right? Recall correctly? I think you mentioned something like that.
I'm sorry, you break.
Yeah, it looks like our connection is breaking up. But you said you were a biologist, right? Like you do stuff with animals?
Yes, I'm threatened and endangered species biologist is the technical definition or term.
Man, yeah, our connection is pretty...
government usually yeah.
Sorry about that. It looks like our connection is suffering, which is horrible. But I'm sorry about that.
It's different.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Let me, I'll tell you what. Let me turn off my camera. That might help. There we go. Okay. Oh. Looks like it was kicked out. Connection has been lost. What? What is this? What is this madness? What's going on here? It looks like I'm still streaming, but the connection has been lost. What? Hold on here. Hold on. Okay, let me get Tony back in. Oh, that's my dog. It must be let out. Hold on one moment. All right. Hey, Tony, are you back in? Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Tony. We're pretty messed up. Okay. Okay, hey Tony, you there?
Hello.
Okay, you there? Hey Tony, I can see you. Can you hear me? What is going on? Oh, hold on here. I see it.
Hello. What the?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Something fucked up. Yeah, I saw you, but it showed me. I don't know
Yeah,
what
it was
was
so
going on.
weird. The Google Hangouts disconnected, the chat disconnected, but my internet here was still fine. Like the router didn't
Yeah, mine
change,
might
the modem didn't change, but even the chat to the YouTube disconnected briefly. I don't know what that was.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah,
When it's all done, the pre-record, I will cut all that crap out.
that's fine.
But anyway, man. So yeah, so you do bats in real life, like
I do, yes.
man. That is some brave stuff. I would be kind of worried. I'd be worried if the bat bit me, like what would happen?
I mean, there's nothing. Well, it depends. So there are a lot of bats that can't even break your skin. They're so small. But there's a couple of bats that can chew you up pretty bad if they get a hold of you. And typically the ones that can actually chew you up pretty bad are the ones that carry rabies more frequently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, rabies is bad.
So that was messed up. So the ones that
100%.
so the ones that will bite you, they're the ones that carry the rabies.
Yeah, so we have a bat here called the Eastern Red Bat, and rabies lab statistics show that it to be the most common bat to carry rabies. And its teeth are really, really sharp. They're pretty thin, but they're really sharp. They pierce your skin pretty bad.
And are you ever?
But I mean,
are you ever worried about that or anything? Or
no, you have to get pre-vaccinated for rabies, and if we get bit, if it breaks skin, we're supposed to get a post-vaccination as well.
okay, so
So I don't.
And what about if, like, I mean, it's not they're not gonna turn you into like vampires or shit like that, or become some weird comic book monster or something, right?
I would imagine not. I hope not. 'Cause I've been bitten quite a bit.
Get some radioactive bat, or
Oh my god, that's actually pretty cool. That's not a bad idea.
get bitten by a radioactive bat. Has it happened?
Yeah.
Has it happened yet? I mean, radioactive spider was Spider-Man.
That's right. But a radioactive bat, just think of the cool shit you could do.
Huh. You could be like a real Batman. Be radioactive Batman versus Batman. Who's the real one? Yeah.
See, now you got $1 million idea. That's pretty good.
Too bad the name is trademarked like pretty well.
Batman?
Yeah. Can't just use that, you know. Can't just, oh yeah, I got a new Batman here.
It's going to call him radioactive Batman.
Yeah, I think DC would have a problem with that.
I'm positive they would. Whatever you made would go to them.
100%.
Out of all.
100%.
Yeah, it's funny that I work with bats so much. I didn't even like them. I would rather do, with regard to wildlife, I would rather do reptiles, amphibians, and fish.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got stuck with doing bats because it's what brings the money. I work for a private consulting firm.
Okay. All right. So you go out there, but you also, I mean, you work with different animals too, though. Or like, you also work with snakes, right?
I do. We did, when I first started the current job that I have, we did a northern pine snake survey for 2 years in Tennessee. That was really fun. So we went out and we laid 620 or 630 sheets of roofing tin out in the woods and in fields. And we went back every week for 3 or 4 months and checked underneath them to see what kind of snakes there were. That was really fun.
Man. And Dude, Tony, you must have some big balls or just going out there playing with snakes. I mean, that's not just anyone's just day job. But, I mean, some people are flipping burgers. Some people are, I don't know, doing this or that to make a living. But you're playing with snakes and bats.
They don't bother me, you know. I'll tell you, though, it's really funny. I'll handle any snake in the world, and I will handle any bat in the world. But if you there are two things that fucking I'll lose it over. I cannot stand them. Cockroaches and house centipedes. Not having them.
Oh, well, roaches, I totally understand, too. Like, because you see one, especially those tiny ones in the kitchen, you see
German
one.
Cockroaches.
You see one, you know there's a brood somewhere. You got to find it.
Man, I will burn my house down if I find a German cockroach in it. That is the end of the story.
Well, I'm in that situation now. I got a new house. Everything looked good. Inspection, we checked everything. I thought everything was great. The other day in the kitchen, I turned on the light, and I saw something move. I'm like, what was that? And there was a tiny, one of those tiny roaches going over the dishwasher. I'm like, oh, fuck no. So tomorrow we're going to get a bunch of roach spray and just nuke the kitchen.
That's right. I would bomb it. They creep me out. When I was a kid, man, I grew up in eastern Kentucky. When I was a kid, we had the place where I lived was horribly infested with German cockroaches. I remember you could turn the lights out at night, and you could see them coming out from under the trim and the baseboards against the walls. Just, I mean, I remember them getting in my hair one time. I remember them getting in the bed with me.
Horrible. Ooh, Jesus.
Yeah. Actually wrote a story about it. Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
So would you rather deal with a flying bat turd or with a bunch of roaches or a roach?
I would do anything with a flying bat turd before I would deal with cockroach.
Anything with a flying bat turd
at all. Anything at all.
All right.
Something about them.
I was at this house once. And a bunch of roaches everywhere, and they had their food like and stuff in like airtight containers. I'm like, that's not enough. That's not good. They had this furniture. It was like this old like I don't know, entertainment center or something, and you kick it, and all these roaches just come out like crazy. Like a bunch of them. I'm saying like enough to where the roaches are chasing each other, like playing tag.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible, man.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah. I'm not a fan of roaches. Sorry, they freak me out badly. Badly.
But I bet that cat behind you. The cat behind you. I bet she likes some roaches. It's like to chase them and swat at them.
What'd you say about the cat? I'm sorry, I cut out.
Oh, the little cat behind you. The big, not so little, kind of big cat. The cat behind you.
She's little. She's just fat.
Oh, well, does that fat cat pounce on any roaches?
This fat cat does not pounce on any roaches because, like I told you before, I would burn this house down if I found a roach.
Well, damn, you were serious. Well, the house is not burned down. You don't have insurance fraud or anything, so.
Hey, the roaches would do it.
Hey,
this fat cat does. She does pounce on mice sometimes. We have another cat that's even bigger and fatter, and she pounces on mice frequently. See, I don't mind mice and rats. I can deal with mice and rats in my house, but not a cockroach.
Not a cockroach. Oh.
And that's nothing against any. I mean, it happens. I know it happens. When I was in college, I remember I would see one cockroach in my room, so I would go buy 3 or 4 cans of spray and just paint the floor with it. I mean, I'm deathly afraid of those things. I don't know what it is. Probably my horribly scarred childhood of having cockroaches in my hair and my bed, but I don't like it.
That must have been traumatizing.
It was, trust me.
Oh man. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't imagine it happened like that. I understand now. I understand. I understand why.
I got weird fears, man. I don't know. You know, I told you before I don't believe in demons and angels and things like that, but I used to be terrified when I was young. I used to be terrified that I would walk through my house and see Jesus standing there in the hallway.
Wow, that's some heavy stuff.
It's weird. It's the way that I think. You know, if I couldn't explain it, it shouldn't be there. So it would. I don't know. There's something about seeing Jesus. I always pictured him walking around the corner, and I pictured him, you know, standing there with his head bent and a smile, kind of like Pinhead in Hellraiser 3.
Might be, man. I mean, holy hell! Wow, like where do I want to go with this? I want to do a little shameless plug. There was a Deadman's Tome issue called "He's Risen" that's about this. But hey, I want to say, like, if you're just walking through your house and you saw Jesus standing there, what do you do? Like,
that's a good question. I mean, I would have cried probably.
Get on your knees and pray. Like, you're like,
that's what you should do.
You call the cops. You live chat on Instagram, or live stream on Instagram.
But the problem is if you call the cops, then they're going to take you away, because I'm pretty sure if you call someone and said, "Oh my God, Jesus Christ is in my house," that they're going to believe you are crazy. You know. They are.
And Jesus would probably be, I don't know, my version of Jesus, he would be a little bit of a prankster, and he would be like, you know what, you see me, no one else does. Good luck with that.
That reminds me of the version on Family Guy.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, I love that show. And I love that Jesus.
That Jesus. You know what? But that he's risen, that was kind of the idea. The idea was like, what would happen if Jesus comes back? You know, the whole Jesus zombie thing is a trope, is a meme out there on the internet, but it's been done quite a bit. You know, zombie Jesus. Jesus comes back as a zombie. You know, okay. But I was like, wait a second. But what if Jesus actually came back, and like, what would he do? Like, would he be out for blood? Like, would he be all peaceful? Like, would he come back for revenge? Like, what would he be doing? You know? So that's what that is. And I think it was a lot of fun. Christopher Pulo is in that one, too. A few other people.
Yeah, I need to check that one out. I've seen it before, and I just kind of kept thinking, you know, what this is about. But I'll have to check it out.
Zombie Jesus. That's it. That's what it is.
Can't get any better.
No, man. No. I still have some. Okay, I'm going back to your shit story. Okay, so we tackled like why you got into it, like why you decided the shit fest, and where this demon came from, and your layout for it. But like, I guess because I kind of want to go a little deeper. This guy, like, he just vomits and shits, like projectile shits and vomits on his arch nemesis. Like, I got to pick your brain a little bit. Like, so what was going on here? What was this?
Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can remember what happens. So let's see. He shits because he's eating this concoction that the demon gave him.
Yeah.
If you remember that. Like I told you at first, when I first started it, the way that I wanted the turd to be is I kind of wanted it to be clawing out of an ass. But for some reason, it kind of went in a different direction. I wanted him to make the guy eat his own shit as well.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate nasty thing to do is to force feed somebody your own shit. I mean, that's degrading as hell. This is absolutely degrading. But where did he vomit? Let me think. He projectile vomited. Why did he vomit? Yeah, it's funny. I can't even remember my own story.
Hey, well, it's a shit story, huh?
Now he unloaded on himself because of the girl, obviously, and that scarred him for life. He vomited. He vomited first because the bully punched him in the stomach. So he hit him so hard that he caused him to vomit. I remember that now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
That's where the vomit came from. And then all the shit came from the, I think it was jalapenos and whatever fiber they put in it, and the blood of the snot of him and his arch nemesis. I think it was a concoction of that. Yeah. Yeah. And I pictured, so in the scene where he's trying to get to the kid's house before he defecates all over himself, that was kind of drawn from. So I travel a lot as my job. I travel all the time, and it seems like it never fails. You think you're fine, and then you get to this long ass stretch of interstate where there's no exits, and all of a sudden you just really got to take shit.
Oh man! And what do you do? What do you do?
Nothing you can do about it. Yeah, what do you do? I was with a girl one time who we were stopped in traffic, and we were 2 miles from the next exit. It was a rest stop, and so she waited and waited and held it and held it. So she gets out of the car, and she says, I can't hold it anymore. She gets out of the car, and she runs over the guardrail, and then the traffic starts moving. What do you do, though? Do you drive over, or do you stop and wait on her? I drove off because I'm a dick.
Oh, but, man. I would. Well, how long have you known this girl? Like, what are we talking about here?
Just a couple months.
Oh, okay. Well,
wasn't anything later.
I mean, just a few months. You just left her there stranded. I mean, did she have a phone on her?
Yeah, she had a phone. She was good.
She had a way to call. And on a scale between 1 and 10, how attractive was she?
Well, she was pretty.
She was pretty. Pretty enough to be picked up by a trucker that would give her a ride.
Oh yeah, very easily.
Okay.
Very easily.
So she could find a way home, or a way closer to home, hopefully.
That's right.
And maybe even find a new profession. Who knows?
Hey, that's the price for running out of a car and running over into some random ass woods because you got to poo.
Yeah.
Life moves on.
Life does move on.
But yeah, what do you do when you're stuck in the middle of nowhere and you have it so bad that you're just leaking juice and you have blood? What do you do?
I had a stomach bug. And my job requires a lot of travel too. Just bouncing around a certain county and all that. And I don't know, man. It was so bad where it seemed like whenever I would just move, whenever I would walk around, like it just my butt would be leaking. My butt would be sweating out of its asshole, and it was bad, dude. I was like, do I need to wear an ass-pon? A tampon for the ass? Do I need that? I mean, I think I need something. Do I want to wear one of my son's diapers or pull-ups? It was so embarrassing. But I held it together just by each place I went. I had to go to different gas station and all that, but except there was one moment when, and I hate this. I know you probably have it too, and those listening, you probably had this experience where you think it's a fart. You think it's a fart, and you know better. You know you have a stomach bug. You know that your sphincter just can't hold it in. So why do you entertain the gas? It's like your body, it's like your brain is saying there's a gas buildup at your sphincter. You need to let it out. You might spontaneously combust if you don't.
It's the euphoria, the feeling that you get when it releases. It's just like, popping your back or something. It's just that.
Is that true?
That beautiful feeling. Yeah.
Could farting release like dopamine in the brain, which would it probably does, and that would create the euphoria. Yeah,
I'm sure. I mean, especially if you let it build up and build up and build up. I mean, I'm constantly getting complained at for.
Because come on, man, we got to be honest here. when you let out like a heavy fart, it feels good.
It does. It feels very good.
Yeah, man. I just let out a fart, and people smell it. They're like, "Yeah, that was my shit." You like that? You like that?
It does. It feels fantastic.
Breathe in. Breathe.
I'm gonna have to do some research on that now, though, to see if it actually does release dopamine. Because
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, man.
I'm sure there's been studies.
Yeah. If there isn't one, there needs to be. And it needs to have a government grant. Come on. A government grant to cover some research into do farts, bring out a brief moment of euphoria. If so, can we encourage people to fart more?
That's right. I mean, you can cure illnesses now by eating tons of beans and peppers.
Beans and peppers can help cure cancer, colon cancer. You just fart it out. I don't know if that's true.
That's taking it pretty far, but
please don't definitely don't take any medical advice from this podcast, which is today so bombarded with technical issues that it's. I mean, I don't even know. But yeah, if you take medical advice from the show, good luck.
Yeah. Good luck is a good way to put it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So how did you share your shit story to anybody?
Nope. Nobody's read it. Nobody's seen it. That's one. Usually I'll ask people to read it. I was kind of, I don't know that I would say embarrassed to show it, but it was, it was just something I've never done before. You and Will are the only two who's read it thus far.
I see. Well, your secret is kept with us.
Fantastic.
No, man. I want this story to go out there. I like all the stories in the issue. They all have their own flavor, their own variation. I think the only two that run kind of close, be kind of similar, would be my story and Pulo's story, which are both about the horrors of actually shitting, but they go in different ways. But you have a shit demon. No one else is a shit demon. We have ghosts that shit. We have.
Oh my god.
We have a guy, a Wall Street yuppie, who shits on people from a skyscraper. Okay. We have flying bat turds. We have, man, I don't know, man. We just have a bunch of shit. That's what we got.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it'd be good. I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I hope it goes far. I
like how you said it was kind of comic related as well, because I'm telling you, whenever you mentioned that, I think it was your story that was about literally shitting to death. Yeah. It reminded me of the scene with the kid they called Shitbreak in American Pie.
Yeah, that's right. Man, it's been forever since I've seen that movie. American Pie, Shitbreak. Wasn't he the? Wait a second. Wasn't he the nerdy redhead kid? Was that Shitbreak?
No, that was the Shermanator.
Oh yeah, who was Shitbreak?
Shitbreak was the guy who slept with Stifler's mom.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all those memories, all those God, man.
It's a great movie.
That movie. Man, the whole series, man. I don't know. Like it was pretty funny. Lowbrow, bullshit humor. They need more of that. They need more of that now with this whole PC culture thing, trying to like water down everything. But
yeah,
are you gonna watch a comedy that's about shit and fucking someone's mom? And I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't. you obviously have to watch what you say anymore. And I'm just going to say one thing. I don't mean it to go in any bad way, but so I watched this comedy special on Netflix the other night by Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. And he says some stuff in there. He's talking about, people say that God doesn't make mistakes, and then he makes some jokes about school shootings and such. Yeah. And I mean, everybody's giving him such a hard time and saying that he's trash now because he made those jokes about God, and that he's trash because he done this or that. Man, that's what comedy's supposed to be. I don't know why people get to that.
He's not trash because he said that. In fact, hold on, I'll take it a little bit further, Mr. Evans. It's okay, and this is on me. Hold on, I haven't heard his new material. I'm guessing his new material because it's about the school shootings and stuff. But come on, man. Come on, they have to admit something's pretty fucked. Every time one of these things happen, you pray that it doesn't happen again, yet it happens again. Like, what? It's kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't know. People have their own versions of God and faith and what they believe in. Hell, well, even I do. And I go to church, okay? But I'm not the most religious guy. But it's just, even I will admit that it's kind of like, you got to see the irony. You got to see, like, how fucked it is. People.
Oh yeah.
No, and I bet you a lot of those people that are whining are, not to get all political here, but a lot of people that are whining are probably right-leaning, gun-loving. They may be left, I don't know, but they're gun-loving people who probably are, or maybe, I don't know. I'm just putting generalities. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
They're just upset because he's throwing God in there. God and school shootings. God and school shootings. Okay. Yeah,
those two things. God is never a safe bet. If you're, that's the way to get yourself killed, is to start saying things about God in America.
Well, there's a lot of comedians that used to do that, and they did very well. In fact,
used to.
Oh, hold on. Let me take care of something real fast. Hold on. Okay. Brief moment. All right, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of comics that used to bank on that. In fact, it almost seemed like comedy was much more free to go all sorts of different areas back in the 90s or something. I mean, you had like George Carlin. Was Lewis Black? That was his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was good. What happened to that guy? What does he do now?
I don't know if he does anything. He appears in a sitcom every once in a while, here and there.
I don't know.
Most of those people are kind of gone.
Well, I mean, George Carlin's dead, but And then Chris Rock. Chris Rock has said some crazy things before. So it's about guns and God. They got him, not the whole all the other stuff he says or he has said. Yeah.
I mean, people are criticizing Netflix even for carrying a special now because of these, and look. So I grew up in a very religious house. My father, my dad, he was a preacher.
Yeah.
But my mom and my dad both told me from the time I can remember that as long as you're nice to people, do whatever you feel like you need to do or whatever's right. And one of my favorite television shows growing up was the Andy Griffith Show, and I love that show still today. I watch it almost every day. And the one thing that Andy tried to teach Opie on that show, I just don't understand why people can't go with it, is just try to be nice to other people. That's all you have to do. You don't be respectful of the way that everybody else thinks.
Yeah, man, and that's it. Like, be respectful. Be respectful.
That's right. I just don't understand it.
I mean,
I don't understand it.
You can still have a difference of opinion or talk in a different way, and be respectful. Like, but in this day and age, respectful means like what they expect you to do is to, oh, I'm offended, so please, mend my wounds, my emotional wound. You know, it's like, you know, I tell people this, like okay, with the Deadman's Tome stuff, I don't intend to offend anybody. But if it does, what can I say about it? I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, you know, and I can see how it could happen because, I mean, the stories are kind of crazy sometimes. You know, you have a few stories about necrophilia. Someone's going to get offended and grossed out. You know,
That's true.
Shit Fest, you got a bunch of stories about shit. Damn, people want to. Hey, you watch. I'll start tweeting Shit Fest out. You'll notice people will be like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about what happens in the bathroom." We all know you shit. Come on.
It reminds me of Gary Buller's tweets a while back, asking. He put up a poll asking if his tweets offended people.
You put up a poll? I didn't even notice that poll. I would have selected no.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I gotta check out that poll. You know what, man? Now I want to go hunting for that poll.
That was
Because
a long time ago.
knowing him, he probably put a troll option: yes, no, or like needs more cock. And I would have selected needs more cock. That's what I would have selected. No,
I've never met that guy, but he seems to have a very good sense of humor.
Gary Buller's fucking fun. He is hilarious. Yeah. I need to get him back on the show. You know? And hey, you're a funny guy too. You're cool to hang with as well. Hey, man, you don't give yourself enough credit.
My self-esteem's pretty low. I'll just admit it.
Yeah, I get that. I get that about you, but it shouldn't be. I mean, okay, how many people wrestle with fucking snakes? I mean, you're a fucking snake charmer. And you manhandle bats. You manhandle fucking bats like you're nothing. You're like, and you have like a. Are you from the South? Like where do you live?
Kentucky, where do I live
right?
now?
Kentucky, right?
Yeah, I live in Kentucky.
Yeah, you kind of have like a Southern drawl. So you're kind of like that crazy Southern guy who's brazen and brave and big balls enough to like be manhandling crazy animals and not really give a fuck, you know? I don't know, like you have like, don't take this as an offense, please, but you almost like you have maybe just an ounce of, I don't know, redneck or hillbilly in your bloodline. Either one or the other. They're not the same. Redneck and hillbilly, they're not the same.
Oh, I know. They're very different.
Very different. Very different.
I'll tell you, you may know this show. This guy, he was very famous for a while on Animal Planet or National Geographic, and he lives not far from where I live now. He called himself the Turtle Man. He had a show called The Call of the Wild Man.
I don't remember. I'm trying to. I know the show.
Oh my god, that guy was horrible. That's what most people think about when they think about people from Kentucky or West Virginia. It's very fun, actually. It's a very funny show. I can't help but watch it when I see it on.
So I mean, but that Southern charm can be used as a good thing. I mean, America seems to love, the Southern draw. It's either you sound like a British guy or Australian or Southern. You know, that's kind of it. I mean, I would capitalize it, but I can't keep it. My Southern drawl is not legit. It doesn't sound fake. It doesn't sound real at all. My voice is so like, I don't know. It's this combination of things. I can kind of try to fake it a little bit, but then it just goes away. You know, I don't know.
That's it. You have more of the real when you do it, when you quote unquote fake it, you have more of the real Southern draw. Mine's more of kind of like an Appalachian accent.
Well, you see here, what I'm trying to do is touch the hearts of America. Okay, so I need to have the voice that can get right in there and comfort them.
Hey, sounds good.
See, I could be on like them televangelist shows and talk about Jesus with this voice. I could be like, Lord, where were you that day when there was that shooting? Were you busy doing things? Huh? I don't know where to go from there. I'm not going to finish that statement.
Found yourself in a corner.
Yeah. Good luck. I got to watch Joel Osteen to see how he figured that one out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Man, we would... Man. See, that's what I like about the show. Like, doing it like this. Like, we just talk about just everything. Let her just relax, you know.
Yeah, I like this show, man. I think you guys do a fantastic job with it.
Hey, it's no problem. And Marchese helped out. I know he's wants to concentrate on his writing, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know, there's no hard feelings. I think he's going to take a break for a little bit. He might come back on here or there as to help out. But oh, were you being offered some water?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought I heard a voice.
Oh, it was. My wife asked me if the boxes in there were empty.
Oh, okay.
We're getting. Remember, I was telling you we're getting ready to show our house tomorrow. There's a bunch of people coming by all throughout the day and trying to make it look perfect.
Oh, so you definitely don't need a roach. You definitely don't need a roach at all.
No. That would be a very bad thing.
Bad thing.
I did find an earwig in here yesterday. That was interesting.
An earwig?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
You've seen earwigs?
Yeah, I've seen them before, but I don't recall the last time I've seen one.
I saw one last night.
Aren't they like? They kind of look like caterpillars with like hook or like I don't know how to describe them. They're like a little insect.
They're little, yeah. They're like maybe a half inch to an inch long. They're brown. They have pincher, one big pincher on their butt.
Pincher. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They eat on decaying plant matter and rotten stuff. But it's been raining here for forever. Everything's flooding, starting to push them up out of the mud.
Over here too. Over here in Texas, it won't stop fucking raining. I'm waiting for it to stop raining.
Yeah,
my backyard is a fucking mud pit. It's been raining so much.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can go out and walk on my yard, and it sounds like a sponge. I mean, everything's saturated.
Yeah, it's. Well, I mean, you're trying to sell your house, and it's wet like that. I don't know. More power to you. But they see that backyard, they're probably like, I don't know. You might have better. Honestly, you're probably gonna have better luck when it dries up.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much time do you have left?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, man. If you're cool to shoot the shit, man. We could talk about other things, man. Talk about. One thing I didn't ask you though. There was a crazy story you mentioned on Interstate, but is that your craziest shit story? What about Yeah. What about your crazy shit story?
God, what is my craziest shit story about?
I'm going to share it right now too, so that everybody knows that we're talking about crazy shit stories right now. Let me tweet this. Go right ahead.
I got to think about it. If you're talking about like personal that actually happened to me, that's a tough one. I mean, everybody's pooped on themselves at one time or another. So, I mean, okay, so I was. You ever been in the shower and you're kind of washing yourself off, and it kind of goes back to where you're talking about you think you have to fart, but it really is not a fart, and then you're cleaning your ass crack out.
Yeah, man.
You end up with like a gelatinous mass on your finger.
Yeah, that has happened. That's
Yeah,
happening.
that's pretty nasty.
You're using a finger? I was using like some sort of a, what the fuck are those things called? They're like a sponge thing. They're
You're
not
not using like a loofah or something, are you?
Yeah, a man loofah, which is probably the gayest thing, but a man loofah. Yeah, that's what I was using.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah. On the scale of 1 to 10, how gay is a male loofah?
Well, I mean, that's pretty far up there.
Okay. Even if it says totally not gay. Like, this loofah's cool, man. Don't worry. Not like
Hey,
there's anything wrong with it. I'm just,
No. That's true.
Yeah. But imagine cleaning your ass crack and all of a sudden you have like shit on your fucking loofah. You're like, God damn it. And you gotta soap it up and hopefully that kills the germs of the hot water. And it's just like, well, I guess gonna still use it.
This is pretty much done me. I mean, now I can picture you in the shower scrubbing your ass crack with a loofah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a mental
using your southern drawl to express how good it feels.
That's right. But I'm there in the shower, like, what am I gonna do tomorrow?
And you know it's bad enough when you
down
fart
there.
in the shower.
Holy shit! I got shit in my loofah.
And it's really bad enough to even fart in the shower because you're trapped in there with it, and it's almost like the steam amplifies the smell.
Oh, it does. It amplifies.
Bad.
It's like a sauna. It's like a sauna of like pure farts, like a hot box of fart. Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Hold on here. Hold on. Let's be real for a moment. Not that we're being fake, but let's be real. Okay. Are there times where you fart and you smell it? Now, most times maybe it smells bad, and then you're like, that one didn't smell too bad. Do you like the smell of your own farts? Is what I'm asking you.
I'm just going to tell you. Right now. Anybody that tells you that they don't at least occasionally, they're lying to you.
They are.
Yeah. I mean, my wife, she can be sitting next to me and I can fart and I can say, oh my God, that smells. That reminds me of the hot dogs I had. That makes me want a hot dog. And she'll say, oh my God, that is the most disgusting thing that I've ever heard in my life.
It makes sense though, because the smells that are coming out of your ass are going to be from the things you've eaten. And if you've eaten like steak and your farts smell like steak, well, is it that bad?
You want another steak? That's right.
Yeah. Like when I eat a bunch of fajitas, my farts smell like Mexican food. I love Mexican food, so I'm just saying.
Well, I like hot dog and chili, and that's a bad combination for my colon. But I'm telling you, it smells good. What was I going to say? Just be honest with you.
It sounds like not everybody agrees with how good it smells.
Oh yeah. I wish I could see the chat. Oh well.
Oh no. We lost a lot of people due to the whole technical thing in the beginning. That this stream is sort of messed up right now.
Well, if any of that was my fault, I do apologize.
Man, it was a combination fault. I should have taken care of that. I don't understand the echo thing that Kelly was talking about. Because on the mixer, nothing changed. And then we had a weird thing where Google Hangouts just like closed out and the chat closed out. It was almost like it was done on the YouTube side or something.
That's strange. Oh well.
It is pretty weird. I normally use Skype. Tonight I'm using Google Hangouts, kind of because I like how it changes the screen based on who's talking. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But let me change that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. But okay, so that's your crazy. That's your crazy shit story. kind of shit on yourself in the shower? Like you never like shat yourself on the way, like in a car or in a classroom or sex or something.
In a classroom, I've done it before, but I mean, I was always sick. If I'm sick and I do it, I don't know that I count it as crazy because it's kind of expected when you're sick.
Okay.
I don't know. Unless you like blow out,
Just run down. What if it's like running down your leg and stuff? You're sitting there and like shit soup. Just
you've got a kid, right? You've got kids.
Oh yeah, I have kids.
So explain that to me. How in the hell does a baby poop and it end up on the back of their head?
Well, okay, let me explain that to you in a very scientific way, the way I understand. All right, so when the child's wearing a diaper and the shit's coming out, the force of that projectile shit hits the diaper and ricochets upward. You'll notice that a lot of times it happens when they're wearing a onesie, you see. Yeah. So instead of going free, it's contained to where it just goes up to the neck and to the hair. And that's how you get baby shit all the way up to the head. And let me tell you something. When that happens, that baby's pretty much smiling and happy because he or she feels very warm. Like he or she feels like she accomplished something because she's in the warmth of her own shit. That's why when you notice when you change a baby like that, they're usually kind of happy and smiling like, yeah, I'm in my own shit, mama.
And they also know that you're the one having to clean it.
Yep. That's the one dad cleans. And that's when right. Dad's like, so I'm pretty much the shit guy. Yep. All right.
That's exactly what happens. You turn and you see the poo all over the back of the baby's head, and then you hear, "You've got this one. You can take care of this."
That is true. That is 100% fact. Guaranteed. I would try to complain. I would try to object. But then I'm not the one who carried the child in me for 9 months or whatever.
That's right.
So I'm just like, well, I guess I'll take this one for the team.
Take it for the team. Yeah.
Take it for the team. Team man, I guess. But man, kid shit stories, those get wild. Like, man, and shit stories when framed with your kid and as a parent, it becomes a different thing. It's like or at least for me, it's like I'm not grossed out by it. I'm more like, oh, we have a situation, we need to take care of it right now. That's what I focus on. I'm not too worried about the whole me being grossed out. Like one time, after eating at this Mexican restaurant or whatever, I'm holding my son, and I had no idea. But I looked down a shirt and it looked like Mexican bean dip was spilled all over me. I'm like, what the this baby just, no shit. He's leaking like Mexican bean dip out of his fucking diaper everywhere. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So yeah, I was like, well, I didn't even smell it. I didn't even feel it. I don't know. But so I changed them. You know what else can I say about that? It was a lot of wipes, craziness. It was bags, trash bags, things are thrown away, and Febreze in the room. You know? Yeah. But as far as personal shit stories for me, well, I told you the one when I was in class. There's not really much more than that, other than, I mean, I've been chat on. That's kind of gross.
And let's talk about what scenario or what situation you were in when that happened.
Well, so I was with this. It was before I met my wife a long time ago.
That's all you got to say.
I was with this other chick, and we were doing things in a way that God may not have intended. Okay, And it just so happened that after doing things that way, things are loose and things come out and shit gets on things that are like, oh, damn. You got it. So shit dick. I had a shit dick. And we're like, she actually, no, not a shit dick. It was like a shit, like, crotch. She gets up and all of a sudden, and I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, hee 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 hee. I'm like, oh, damn it.
That's good. That's a good one.
Shit crotch.
That's a pretty good story, actually. Yeah.
Shit crotch. I know who made it to that story. We have 3 people watching right now. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. But for all those technical difficulties in the beginning, that kind of makes sense. That's okay though, Tony. That's okay.
Did you get up? How many likes did you end up getting?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. But we'll see. Well, was that me or was that you?
I think that was me. Yeah, that was me. I just got notifications on Twitter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem. So what I'm going to end up doing is, well, we talk about shit stories. Fuck. I guess last thing we kind of end this with is, like, what are your plans as a writer now? Like what do you want to do? Like what's your plan, if you have one?
You know, I don't know. A lot of people talk about, I mean, obviously everybody wants, well, not everybody, but most people want to make money with their writing. And I would love to do that. I don't know that it'll ever happen. Everybody keeps saying that you're not going to do it unless you write a novella or a book, like a full novel. But I don't know that I actually want to do that either. I enjoy writing short stories. I've got about 9 out right now that I'm waiting on rejections from. And I guess the only plans I have is just to keep writing whatever comes to my head and trying to get stuff accepted into anthologies.
Well, I mean that could work.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you don't really want to focus on a novella or a novel, but you want to work on much short stories, right?
Yeah. I mean, even when it comes to my own reading, I much would rather read short fiction collection. I just like short story collections. I don't know, man. There's just something. My attention. So something can hold my attention, but it's just first of all, I'm a slow reader, and for something to hold my attention, it's got to be really, really fucking good all the way through. But with a short story, you know, I don't know. It doesn't have to hold it for as long. You can get to the punchline quicker. Kind of makes, I don't know. I just like it better.
I get that. I mean, same here. I'm kind of a slow reader. Sometimes it's embarrassingly slow. Sometimes it's like my dyslexia comes in. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like fucking retarded. I can't read this the way it needs to. And people are like, oh my God, it's so offensive. But like, no, I mean it literally. Like, you know,
I understand.
I mean, there's readings I've done live where it's almost like you can hear it, and I try to just go on, you know, just plow through without stopping or saying sorry or whatever. You just go until you're done, and that's it. But so you like short fiction, short stories.
I do very much.
A lot of people seem to be liking that. You know, like flash fiction seems to be a thing that people like. You know, the anthologies seem to be doing all right. I mean,
yeah, flash fiction's getting really. I mean, I don't know that it was ever not popular. I'm not really sure, but I know that it. God, there's a lot of people. I sold a 2-sentence story the other day. 2 sentences.
For how much?
$5. That's not bad for 2 sentences though.
You know what? I know you're supposed to get what was it, like $9 and Oh, I guess you don't have to get specific, but you're getting money because of the Cthulhu Christmas special.
Yeah.
Okay. But you actually think about it. The amount of effort you put into that story, you're only getting about like $10. But for the other one, 2 sentences, $5. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
What are
it's
we
pretty
talking
nice.
about? It doesn't even compare. Wow. But
No, it's pretty
the
nice.
thing I don't understand is, so they're paying you $5 for that.
Mhm.
How are they
Well,
making? How are they making money?
I don't know for the short stories that group accepted. I didn't get a full story in time, but for the short stories, they pay 5 cents a word.
5 cents a word.
Yeah.
That is not. I mean that's pretty. That's a good price right there.
Yeah, that's
So
impressive.
I have to. Who is this?
Hang on just a second. Well, I can't. Okay, so I can't find the magazine anywhere. It's called the. What is it called? The name of the magazine. It's called. Oh God, it's leaving me. Hang on, let me look in my email and I'll tell you.
All right.
This is
Because I'm
cool.
wondering. See, in scenarios like this, I kind of wonder, like, okay, how much, like, what's their cost? If their cost is pretty high, if they're not selling a whole lot of issues, it seems like it'd be, problematic. There would be it'd be a problem there. But if it's a magazine that's been around for a while and they have prestige, I'm assuming they would if they're paying out like that, like good rates.
Well, I think this is volume. I don't even know. I think it's like volume 4 or volume 5 of this magazine. But no, I mean, yeah, 5 cents a word is a pretty good price for short stories. And again, I probably would have got a damn story rejected from them anyway. But $5 for 2 sentences was not a bad deal.
Is there a contractual agreement that would
Yes.
prohibit you to say what those 2 sentences are?
I'm not going to say what they are. not until they actually come out. Not until it comes.
Fuck you. I got paid for writing fuck, period, you, period. I'm so edgy. My name is Tony Evans. I write edgy stuff. I'm so, I would probably do that. Like, Mr. Deadman's fuck you. That's it. Like, I'm an artist. That's what I am. I don't know if I could do that, if I keep that up. Try to be like, some pretentious artist guy.
I can tell you the name of the story, the 2 sentences story. It was called I See a Monster.
I see a monster.
I See a Monster.
I see a monster, and his name is Gary Buller. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's the story, and it's bought, or it's Jesse Deadman. Yep. There you go.
I'll tell you though, man, this editor, he's really fantastic. Very nice guy.
Did he brutal up your 2 sentences?
No, he did not brutalize it, but he did, believe it or not, condense it. Like so I sent the 2 sentences off, and they come back and said something to the effect of, "I really like the idea, and I like where you're going with it. Now it just needs to be condensed." And it went, God, they shortened it probably half, cut it in half, I would imagine.
Cut it in half.
Yeah,
We're talking about 2 sentences, right?
yeah. It was pretty impressive to see the way that they did it. I couldn't believe it. But
See,
I guess
I'm starting to wonder, Tony, if the real story is you submitted a short story, and they're like, I tell you what, you take all this short story stuff, you bring it down to 2 sentences, you got gold, baby.
I know.
That would be funny though. I have to admit, if I was in
funny.
that situation, I'd be like, "Hey, wait! You would have condensed my whole story to 2 sentences and pay me $5? Okay, whatever."
Well, it's funny though because I've also had stuff published, and I'm not super proud of every place that I've been published, but there's one editor that I remember. Editor, I say very, very loosely. I sent a story to them, and a few days later, they sent back an email that said, "Just read the story, fantastic. We'll use it in next month's issue." And I was waiting on edits, because that's typically how it works. And nothing ever happened. So I emailed the guy again, and they're like, "Oh, no, we don't have an editor." And I said, "Well, I've read this story again, and there's a few problems here and there with it that I would like fixed." And they go, "Oh no, we use Grammarly. Grammarly said it was okay, so it's good."
What? They
and I ended up.
Oh my god!
I got really upset with that, and I ended up doing a full edit of the story two times over myself, fixing problems here and there that I just couldn't hardly live with.
Used Grammarly, and Grammarly said it was okay.
And I can assure you now, I've never seen Grammarly until that time. It will miss many things. But so I edited it twice, sent it back. Guy said, "Oh, well."
On the other side, the other thing is the other side of that argument really is if you ran like something from Stephen King or something. There's a chance that Grammarly might pick up on things that might just be part of his prose. Grammarly's like it's a bot. It's a machine. It's saying, "Oh, yeah, this matches the expectation of I guess the structure of the rules, if you will," but there's variants. There's things that. What? I'm sorry. I'm still baffled that they actually gave you that response, because look, there's times where I am busy with my day job, so busy to where my ability to sit down to really edit the way I need to is compromised.
Mm-hmm.
Now, also, but. I mean, I started Deadman's Tome a long time ago, and when I first started, I was rough with it. I would edit a little bit here and there, but I got better over time. But time is a thing. Time is a thing. I really appreciate people that come on and help out. There's been a few, and they really help out tremendously. I wish I could pay them a way to keep them on, or maybe we could come up with terms to split revenue. That'd be great. The little revenue. Yeah. It's not. I mean, we're not like gonna quit our day jobs. You know what? Speaking of that, even people like indie press, like Sinister Grin Press. I don't know if you've heard of them, but
yeah.
Even those guys, they have their own jobs. They have their own full-time jobs. They're not. It's publishing isn't paying their bills. It's like they are working, and part of their money is going into the business. But, I mean, it's so. I'm sorry. I went from one thing to a digression, but it started from Grammarly, and I'm just shocked because I'm thinking back to when I first started Deadman's Tome, and I was like a young kid. I wasn't a kid then, but I practically was. And it was like, I would have said something like, I would have been like, you know what? I probably missed it. Let me read over the story again to work with you at editing. Not just say, "Oh, Grammarly." I mean, come on, that's so fucking fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm offended by that. I'm offended by that.
Sorry, man. That's what it said. That's what the guy said.
Man, and for like, I guess, professional reasons, you won't say who the publisher is.
No, I won't. I don't. I mean, I kind of want to, but at the same time, it's anybody else that.
It was Deadman's Tome back in the day.
No, but I actually did hear about you guys through another writer that I know. who got published. I think they had 2 stories published when you did when you published everything. I think you did everything online, and you paid based on how many times a story was read or how many times there was a click.
Yeah, I was trying something new, and while authors profited from it, I did not. And that's not a good thing. What I mean is, okay, so that was cool. The idea of paying authors based on the number of views, likes, and comments. Think about that. That encourages everything that an author is looking for. Oh yeah, readership, comments, feedback, likes, more readership and recognition. But here's the truth of the matter. If the publisher's not getting paid, how are you supposed to get paid? So, and I told him in many podcasts during that time that pretty much the money's coming out of pocket. So, yeah, it did take a while for some authors to get paid, but that was because it was coming out of my pocket. And per contract, it said for a year's time. So I was like, I'll wait until the year's up and pay you for the whole thing, and then basically coming out of my money.
No, yeah. And the guy who actually told me about you, he was not complaining. He actually said the complete opposite. He said that what was it he said? Because I asked him when you accepted my story in Cthulhu Special, he said that you guys were really good to work with and very honest, is what he said.
Well, I got that response too, actually through Cthulhu Christmas Special.
Oh, nice.
So we announced the Ancient Ones too, the awesome sequel to the great seller Ancient Ones. And I can't recall the guy's email, the guy's name, but he was like, what did he say? I had such a good time working with you with with Cthulhu Christmas Special that there was someone else who announced a Cthulhu issue, but I went with you instead because I had such a good time. I was like, all right, well,
that's cool, man.
And I think, I should stop there. This can't be the same guy because I'm reading the submission now, and I might need to get back with the guy as far as edits go, because that's all I can say. But all right,
oh well,
yeah, happens. But yeah, so you received some guy was like, hey, Deadman Tome's cool. Published there. All right. I guess the name's getting out there. The name is getting out. Look at that. Look at that.
He told me to check it out. So I did. And
man.
now
I would like to start that again, to publish directly on the site, to promote that way. But unless I can find a way to actually make it to where daddy's getting paid too, so the kids can get paid. Look, if the pimp can't get paid, how the ladies can get paid? Pimping ain't easy, man. Come on. I mean, there's different ways. I could put like a tip jar or something, but I don't think that's gonna work. I was thinking merchandise, like selling like shirts and mugs and stuff, but that doesn't really work either. And ads. Man, I can't even put ads on the site because I have stories about necrophilia and a bunch of other shit even if I were to take out the artwork, which, man, I put up some crazy artwork before. My sister-in-law, she was pretty good with watercolors and stuff. There's 2 pieces of art that I put up. The moment I put up, I think that's when the site went like... that's when it lost its ability to advertise. These are pretty graphic paintings. I was like, yeah, put there. And I say graphic, I mean this stuff is like shitfest material, but not shitfest. It's like there's one story on the site called Fly Blown, and it is about like this. It's about this chick, like a one-night stand at a country club thing, so she's like a trailer trash girl, country girl, who has she has a bunch of flies down there. Like, not everything is going swimmingly down there. You know what I'm saying? Kind of rotten. Sound lovely, huh?
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, we're talking about a bunch of flies and stuff. So that artwork was pretty graphic. It was pretty much flies around a vagina. I was like, okay. Yeah, that lost advertising. So I don't know. I gotta reapproach that. I put up something on the website right now called the meat grinder, a submission call for something called the meat grinder, and I'm beginning some inquiries about that. Like, what is that? I'm like, that's a constantly open call for submissions where a story will come in, and if it passes, it'll be placed on the site where it can be eligible for contests and things. It would just get recognition on the site pretty much. I'm not really offering money that way, but I would promote it. I don't know what to do with that because, like I said, if there's no way for me to get the income, how am I supposed to pay them? So right. I don't know if Meat Grinder is really going to kick off. I don't really think it will, but we'll see.
I know Deadlights magazine did something like that. They weren't open for a long time, but they did something like that too.
The shotgun, right? The shotgun.
Yeah, shotgun. Horror clips or something like that. Because I remember submitting a story to them and it got rejected, but it got rejected with a really good personal rejection. And the guy said that, we're doing this thing on site where if you get accepted, it'll go up and everybody that reads it can give comments and feedback so you can help you improve.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Okay. If authors even value that, because here's the thing, technically when you do that, and the whole publishing business thing, is that when you do that, when you say yes, your story loses its first publication rights. So from then on, it's considered a reprint. And most places, I don't want to know. A lot of places don't take reprints, but that's kind of changing too. I mean, my perspective is, honestly, there's so many e-zines out there. I mean, as we talk right now, there's probably like 20 people, more than that, coming up with their own e-zine, their own blog, their own whatever. So many of them that I can't keep track of. You can't keep track of. And they're getting submissions. They're getting people to submit stories. I've never read those stories. I probably never will. I don't know what they are. But if one of the stories come my way and they're like, it's a reprint, it's been here, I'm like, okay, well, who has read it there? Has anyone read it there? It's pretty much, if no one, let me put it this way. If a story has been published somewhere, but no one has ever read it, does it really matter?
Yep, I agree. But, yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
It's kind of like if a tree falls in a forest and no one's around, does it make a sound? Well, of course it makes a sound, but did you hear it?
That's the same as if you put your story up on like a personal blog. A lot of places will count it as previously published, even if it only had like 5 reads.
Yeah. And see, that doesn't make sense.
Available.
And see, and I don't agree with that either. 5 reads. So it I don't know. I don't agree with that. 5 reads on the internet doesn't mean anything, Yep. Fuck. But things are changing. The whole industry is going to change. What's going to happen? We're in the middle of it. Things are shifting. All right.
Cool.
Well, man, we've been shooting this shit for a while. Anything you want to say before we wrap this up?
No, I think I'm good, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, man, I'm going to try to make sense of this tomorrow and see how bad this stream is, Damn. But, it's been great. And I want to have, my plan is to bring everybody that's involved in the Shitfest on. But not everybody has a good connection or wants to, or is brave enough to come on the podcast or whatever. So we'll make it work one way or the other.
Yeah, sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, please like and subscribe. That'd be great. That helps out. All right. With that said, y'all take it easy.
Thanks a lot, brother.
No problem, man.